Before World War I, women had a limited role in doing anything that was considered a man's job. But when World War I started, the men had to go to war in Europe and assist the Allies in the war. With so many men gone to war, there had to be someone to keep the economy in the U.S. on track so it wouldn't crumble apart. This is where the woman came in. There was a large portion of women who decided to begin working in engineering to help support for the wartime needs at the front. During the war, over 700,000 women worked in the highly dangerous munitions industry. There were such a low amount of men in the U.S., and so many of the men were dying at rapid rates in Europe, that women were expected to have kids in order to keep population numbers up. During the war, women were asked to do so many vital things for the U.S. Go to work to keep the economy up, volunteer to keep the men in the front in supply, and to have kids. As a result from the war, the number of women employed increased drastically to numbers as high as 3,224,600 in July of 1914. Images of women on posters and postcards were made to provide inspiration for the men in the battle. The belief was said when a man saw the image of a woman, he was reminded of what he was fighting to protect. But he would also get a sense of comfort thinking about his loved one at home. When the war was over and the men went back home, though, women were expected to go back to the kitchens and hearths as before. But the taste of freedom for the woman and a new beginning was the start of a secret revolution. Many women did not want to go back to what they previously did, which led to new women's movements for more women's rights, so that they would be allowed to do as a man would be able to do.
Evolution or revolution, which is it to be? Wonderful Joan of Arc! We believe like her, the voices are of God! They are!
During the war, women did not only have an effect on the U.S. There were also women who volunteered in places such as France and Great Britain. The entrance of women into the workforce gave women a sense of independence and a power that few have ever known. This experience transformed the way that many women saw marriage, and it contributed greatly to the modernization of gender roles that swept the Western world in the 1920s and 1930s.